Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. So today we're gonna do a little walkabout in the garden because we finally got rain here in Ohio after I don't know how long, but we've been in a drought, which has been I don't remember the last time me gardening personally over the last 5 to 10 years where we have not had rain for this long. My garden has suffered. I'm going to show you areas where I'm just not really happy with it. Everything is kind of just, some things are looking okay still, some things are looking really bad, and at this point it's almost October. I'm not really stressing about it. I'm beginning to shut things down anyway, so we're kind of on that tail end where we're propagating the things that we want to keep for winter. We're cutting back. We're not replanting unless it's like, you know, sowing seeds for a fall crop, but I'm not planting any new perennials or anything like that. So it is a-okay for things to kind of peter out and just go. Like, I'm okay. I'm exhausted. I have garden burnout. I have houseplant burnout. I have all of the burnouts right now because I typically start burning out around August because I start gardening in January. I am starting seeds. I'm gathering materials, looking for soil. Like, it all starts January, and so by August I'm tired. I'm really tired, but I'm trying to hang in there, trying to keep stuff going, at least keep my fall seeds that I planted going. But anyways, we're gonna take a little tour, walk around. I'm gonna show you what looks good, what looks bad. We'll chit chat about those things, but before then I have to share with you. I have to share with someone because, you know, the people in my life don't really care. So if I go and tell them this, they're like, okay, great. So I am on a health journey, and so I have been deep diving into things that are good for me, you know, good to eat, healthy, provide me with the most nutrients and benefits. So I have been using chia seeds a lot. I make a smoothie almost every day for either lunch or for breakfast, and I add 2 tablespoons of chia seeds because it has a lot of fiber in it, as well as other things that are good for you. But I just found, and through TikTok of all places, I learned so much on TikTok that usually starts me going down the spiral of research. It usually starts from TikTok, then it goes off to Google or whatever. So did you guys know how good basil seeds are for you if you consume them? I just learned this a couple days ago. I learned this and I researched it. So then I researched, okay, can I just eat the basil seeds that I have in my seed packets in the, you know, in my seed container? Do I have to buy special basil seeds? You know, all of that stuff. So I am here to tell you that I found a source of a highly recommended basil seeds that you can use just like chia seeds. So you know how if you put chia seeds in water, they get that gel around them, they kind of thicken up. The basil seeds do the exact same thing. So you use these like you would use your chia seeds, except for these have like way more fiber than chia. So let me show you. The chia seeds, I believe 2 tablespoons is 8 grams of fiber. Here are my basil seeds that I just ordered from Amazon. And these actually have 15 grams of fiber. And you guys know that you need to get, I believe, at least 30 grams of fiber per day is what is recommended. So I'm trying to reach that goal every day. I'm doing my best to get there every single day with the foods that I eat. I'm trying to be an intentional eater. So finding and eating foods that are high in fiber are really important for me, and also having meeting my protein needs for the day. So these actually have 15 grams of fiber, which is really great for me because this is half the fiber that I need for the day. So I love that I can have 2 tablespoons of this. I get 15 grams of fiber. Then I know that the rest of the things that I eat for the remainder of the day, I only need at least 15 more grams of fiber for the rest of the day to meet my fiber goal. Fiber is really important to me because I deal with IBS and other stomach issues. Something is always upsetting my stomach that I eat. And so I've been on this, you know, trying to figure out, I eat this, okay, it makes me feel like this, so let's stop eating that. And I eat that, it makes me feel like this, so I stop eating. It has been a lot. But anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys. This is the brand that I'm trying. I have not tried them yet, but I did read the reviews, and it does have great reviews both on TikTok and on Amazon. So if you're interested in doing basil seeds instead of chia seeds, or like some people say is that you need to diversify where you're getting your fiber, just like you want to diversify where, like, the food that you eat. So I'll link where you can get these. I'll include an Amazon link. So I just wanted to share this with someone because there's really no one else that is like interested and would find this interesting than probably you guys. So yeah, I'll include a link where you can find this in case you want to try it for yourself or do more research for yourself. Definitely do more research before you put anything into your body, whether that's asking your doctor, Google, whatever, depends on your circumstances. But yeah, so let's go do a garden walkthrough. I gotta show you guys this one area that's just looking real bad. Real bad. Let's go. So because of the drought, our trees started dropping leaves much earlier than they usually do. So we've got leaf drop everywhere. The chickens are covered because we've had rain. Thank goodness we've had some rain. It's been very difficult keeping everything watered, and the stuff that's in ground, I have not really been keeping this stuff watered, not like I should. Look at my chickens. Hi, Reese. Hi, Reese. Hi, pretty girl. They're finally coming out of their molt. They were molting for the last month and a half. They're starting to get their feathers back. They're starting to look better. When chickens are molting, they look crazy, like they're going bald or like they've been attacked by some animal and had their feathers ripped out. It's a lot. Their bodies are going through a lot during that time. So as best as you can support them, that's what you should do, with good treats, good food, water, vitamins. Anyway, it's not about them. So these beds have really been doing poorly. You can see here my hydrangea blooms are dried up and brown. That piece looks like it died over there. That's a hydrangea plant. All of my blooms are brown, whereas typically this time of year they would be still whatever color that they are. We've got a dead planter up there. I think that was petunias. This bed is actually looks more like what it would look like in November. Like, this is what things look like mid-November, but instead it's the end of September. My garden tower is, I mean, I've come out here and watered it every other day just about, and it's doing okay. Some of the seeds that I planted up here have sprouted, and then some of the seeds in the pockets have started to sprout. This hosta here is just a goner. It looks so bad. We've got this planter tipped over, probably from a raccoon. They come by at night and climb on everything, trying to get my chickens. So this garden bed looks pretty good. So like the things that were in containers, except for this, got decent water. So it still looks really good. I have a ton of harvesting to do. For the last week or so, I've barely been harvesting. To be honest with you, we got a new puppy, and she has been taking up all of our time last week, at least my time, because I'm the one who's here most of the time. So I am mainly in charge of taking care of all the animals because I'm here, and I just have not had the energy to get out here and make sure things got done, make sure things got watered properly, or, you know, within reason. I come out when I have a second, like right now. So look at this rose. This is my perfume breeze that is just going crazy. It's budded up, so we're gonna have a nice another flush of blooms before winter sets in. I've got a couple other roses that are currently giving me a few blooms, which is super nice you know, for this time of the season. We've got some of our seedlings coming up here that we planted together on video. The cut flower space, I'm gonna tell you guys, in another video, I know I mentioned I was very disappointed with this area this year. It's pretty, but I don't find it to be like last year. I loved last year. And so next year, I'll probably mimic some of what I did in 2023. But also, I'm gonna be moving my roses to this area here. Once I pull out the old snapdragons, I'm going to dig up my rose bushes and plant them like very close to this. You can see it right there. Let me zoom in to that board right there. I'm gonna plant them in that space, going in a row, and I'm just gonna pull. I've got a rose over there and 3 roses over there. They're all gonna go right over here, and I think that'll be really pretty. They'll be right in your face, and they'll be in the area that we frequent a lot. So they'll be getting, I hate to say this, but they'll be getting tons of views by me and anyone else who comes in the backyard. They'll be more on display instead of spaced out around the garden. And I love this space so much. I do plan to add more perennial things that flower and look amazing. There's hydrangeas in there. What else is in there? There are bananas which don't flower, but I love the foliage. There's lavender in there. I've got lavender going up this way, and there's some over there. And then there are alliums in there. So I want more perennial flowering things, and then in between those spaces be able to mix in the annuals. Look at this beautiful celosia. I grew this from seed. It's gorgeous. So pretty. Definitely gonna do that again next year. Sow some more celosia because that did really well. This area up here is just, I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with this empty, well, it's not empty, but this space here. This is where I dug up the hydrangea and moved it there. That hydrangea survived. It's doing really well. My oak leaf hydrangea, the blooms are all brown. Usually they would still have some life in them, but it's just because of the drought. And you know, this is on drip too, so that tells you how bad it was, is that even the drip couldn't keep up with it. This is the view from the top. So let's head down. There are a lot of things that are looking really good in the garden. My ferns typically peter out long before now. They've already been going brown, so it's a good time to cut those back. They come back and multiply every single year. My sweet potato vine has grown everywhere, all down there, and has even like creeped up back that way. I love the sweet potato vine, so I kind of let it do whatever it wants to do because I love the contrast of the greens. So wherever it sneaks into, as long as we have room to walk here, I'm okay with that. Here is Nasturtium Mountain, huge as ever, looking so big. We've got our elephant ear here that looks amazing. Here's a hydrangea that's potted that just, it's all my fault. I should have just did more watering, but it just got to be too much. Just feeling burnt out, and just when you're at the point of burnout, you kind of stop caring. And so this is the results of when you stop caring. There are times where, like, okay, I gotta go out. Like, I still watered them, but it didn't feel, the joy wasn't there. It was like a chore at that point. So here are some containers. They look okay. My cannas look pretty good. I've got my pole bean arch there. And we've got a few tomatoes still here in the garden that I'm gonna allow to go ahead and, ripen and mature before I take them out. There's still quite a few cherry tomatoes going. Yeah. There's a lot of brown leaves. We got this guy that just popped up here. I think that's probably a pumpkin. I don't know if it's something that we would eat. I can't remember exactly, but I think it's actually like either a Cinderella pumpkin or something like that. Here's this area. I've got another potted hydrangea that's looking really bad. This area is still really, really pretty, even though my Baptisia, my Limelight is super pink and pretty. We've got these two hydrangeas here, Incredibles, and this one is browning up quite a bit, but we still have a lot of blooms that look pretty okay. This one's browning up too. This rose here, I planted this a few years ago. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this rose on here. I don't know. I don't really like it. I like the bloom, but the plant itself loses a ton of leaves. It just looks like pokey sticks, like there's no foliage to it. So it just looks like sticks with blooms on the ends. And I'm gonna give it another year and then try to do better about fertilizing and see if that helps bring this plant and make it something that I really like. There's a huge orb weaver spider right there. There it goes. I don't think I'm gonna walk through this archway because that's where the spider seems to have made its home. So let's turn around and we won't disturb the spider. Okay, so these two beds, one of them will be used for garlic this year, but check out the soil drop. The soil level dropped in these beds so much. This bed has dropped so much soil, and that's the thing when you're doing the hugelkultur method in raised beds. When that stuff breaks down at the bottom, the sticks, the twigs, when that stuff starts to break down, your soil level is going to drop significantly, and then you're going to have to add soil back in on top, which is fine, but just know that when you're doing that, you're going to lose a lot of soil right away during that first season as that breaks down. So I've got to get more bags of soil for this bed, that bed too, and then that bed out there. I think it's okay on soil, but it's gotten so dry that the soil has kind of compacted in that bed. So I'll probably have to go in later on when most of that stuff dies back and kind of like aerate that soil, add a little fresh on top. and hopefully that will fix the problem. Over here, here's one of my roses. So this area, I just don't know. I like it, it's okay, but it's not really doing anything for me like it did, you know, the first few years. It looked really good beginning of this season when things were, you know, everything was leafing out, looking beautiful, and now it just kind of looks kind of rough to me. Over here, back over this way, I cut all that stuff back, and it looks a lot more open. I would love to get back there and cut some more down, but this is the area of the garden where I'm just not really happy with. So from here all the way this way, like, what is even going on over here? Like, I did not have a plan for this area. I expected the perennials that were there to perform and be beautiful, but again, extenuating circumstances with the drought, with me not watering properly, with the drip not being on for like half of the season, the deer coming through, eating the plants down. Like, it's just been thing after thing after thing for this area, and I don't really like it anymore. So I was trying to think of other plants that I want back here, other things to plant to make it look pretty. Should I put a bench in there, like where we can sit, a swing? I'm kind of going over different ideas of what I want. And then this bed also with it is just unpleasing to me. It just doesn't look that good. I don't like it. I want to change it. So I was considering, I have been wanting to get quail. I've been wanting to get ducks. So I was considering building some kind of, you know, duck paddock over here and putting in a little bit bigger pond. So like, I've got that little pond there, which the puppy fell into today, and I had to like grab her out and then give her a bath. This is her third bath in the last few days, because puppies, they're always wet and messy. Yeah, anyway, so I was thinking about doing a bigger, maybe a more kidney shaped pond, and then having some ducks. So I don't want like any ducks. There's a variety of ducks called call ducks, C-A-L-L, and they are one of the smallest breed of ducks outside of, I believe, the Mandarin, and they get about 2 pounds, so they're really small. And I would have them, 1 for slug control, 2 they'd be our pets, and 3 for eggs. So I'm still thinking about it, but we've got the space from here all the way over to here that we can use for anything. And like I was saying with quail, I was thinking of having a small quail space, but I also have to think too is, do I want the extra work that comes with bringing in more animals? That's the thing I have to remind myself, is that, you know, right now we have 3 dogs, a cat, fish, and hermit crabs, and I virtually do all of their care. So do I want more responsibility in that regard outside of, you know, regular responsibility to my family, my kids? So that's something I have to think about. I am considering it. If we did a duck paddock, I would want to build it, but also I would like want the easy route and maybe buy one of like the metal run that I got for the chickens, which would make it super easy. I definitely wouldn't get one that big, but then I'd need to get them a house to live in, and that would be another expense. So I don't know, just thoughts. But I know that this area I'm not quite happy with. I also thought a greenhouse might be nice right here, like a small one, you know, would be nice. Yeah, just thinking right now. I'm not sure what I'll do, if anything, but I do plan to, if anything, take out the stuff in here that I don't like, divide some of the big perennials like that brunnera, some of these hostas, and move those around. And some of these shrubs that I'm no longer in love with, like these guys here that have that bright chartreuse foliage, I'm kind of over them. I'll pull those, plant them probably somewhere else, see if that will rehab them. If not, I'm fine with just letting them go. Here's another rose that is blooming for me. It looks so amazing. This is one of my favorite colors. I love this color. So beautiful. It's growing all over the place. When the plant kind of dies back, I'll pin these back to the trellis that I have over here for it. But it looks really good. Sweet potato vine looks amazing. And then we've got our climbing hydrangea up there that did not bloom for me this year. I'm wondering if I didn't plant it properly. They are finicky about how you plant them. So I believe this is year 3 in the ground for this plant, year 3 or year 2. So we'll give it some time to see if it will bloom for me. I do need to go and prune that top portion. I don't know how I'm gonna get up there, but I kind of don't want it crawling through any cracks there through the roof. I think that would cause some problems. So definitely have to keep it maintained and pruned a bit. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions about anything that you saw today, and I'll see you in the next one.